Hello everybody, First Month is here. Today I'm outside, I'm in a real forest, out of my cabin. So I'm going here to shoot a news video about the Lionsteel B35. And before that, I like to tell you, when I sat here, then I said, okay, I start to enjoy the quiet of the forest. So I was kind of lazy to start the video. Everything's just like slowed down. So I said, okay, enjoy that. But anyway, go for it. B35, Lionsteel B35. You might see my at-home video where you've got all the description about the knife. So here we are in use, or for the use. What I want to say, if you've seen the video at home, so you might see that I would say problems I had with the leather sheath. So what I did, I just oiled it really. Then the leather strap didn't work anyway, so I tried to pull hard as I can. So I decided to, I took the punch, I don't know how you call it. So when you work with let's say leather, I got those hard things what you make a hole with into, let's say, in this kind materials of leather here. So what I did, so I made a hole here, and then I sliced this piece of leather. I'm looking for how many minutes I've got there. This piece of leather out. So I removed nice 5 millimeters of leather, maybe even more. So then it works nicely. So I believe, and there is no any even minor movement in it. So I believe it's fine. So now it works, as I said. So but as you can see, it is not on my belt. I got it in my, I broke it with my the Maxpedition Sabercat Parasipack, I would say that, my handy backpack, I would say, for day hiking. And so it was there, no, on my belt. So that tells you what I mean, what I still think about the sheath. Even it's great, so I'm gonna make the Kydex sheath for it because I like the knife, the design. That was the first thing. The second thing I did is I added the secondary convex. You probably won't see that there, but I added the secondary convex, and it gets what I want from that. I said that plus 10-15% of the sliceability. So even it was very sharp out of the box. You've seen that what I sliced. Now it's even more slicey. It should shave. Yes, you might see that nicely how it shaves. So it shaves. So it's very sharp now, much sharper for the touch than it was as original. Otherwise, I did nothing with it. So the sheath modification and the secondary convex. Before I really start, the two things. It's about 34 degrees outside. There's lots of hot, like around all Europe, and same here is in my country. So I won't start any fire. I will do just sparks, just for the demonstration in the air. No any fire starting, something like this one. I don't want to burn any forest or something, like, I hope you understand. So it's really hot today, but it's not that as hot as it was, let's say, 2 days ago. It's still much better outside, to be outside. Now, before I get the idea about this video, I said, okay, I got a couple of knives which are in very similar size. I don't say in description because this Kislyar City Hunter, all these knives are in very similar size. Not say this description, but similar thickness. There is no more thicker or thinner than the Lionsteel B35. This plus 1 millimeter or less. mostly less. The CVV Tamashi, and of course the Park River Miniarora. Why I would these? Because as I said, all of them are very close in very close size, very close weight, and thickness. That's important. And I believe so in hardness for the steel, but these are in different steel. This is Sleipner, this is PGK, some kind of D2 steel, better D2. So Sleipner is, let's say, better D2 too. So CPM 3V, and we got D2 steel. So what? That's I didn't have the plan, so I didn't think about it. But these are very interesting steels around. So we got generally D2 as a base, and then modify D2 as the PGK steel and the Sleipner steel, and of course CPM 3V. It's a tough steel. But what I want to show you, there are some other differences. That's one from the reason I do it. So all these knives are in at least secondary convex edge. The Park River is most close to the real convex, but it's not. This one is definitely not. But as I said, I got a nice clear full flat grind. So it's about grinds now. I got almost full flat. I got high saber grind here, and I got something what we can call standard saber grind here. Only the Miniarora has the secondary bevel 0.6 as of millimeter. I believe this one was 0.7, I believe, and this one was 0.8, but I changed that. So this is really modified edge. So from the City Hunter, I really modified this knife to be kind of bushcrafty EDC, urban EDC, maybe even self-defense EDC, with the sharpened spine and everything. So it's that kind of knife. So 3 different grinds, very close secondary bevel. Let's go for it, but I don't know where I put this one here. All these, if this will be short about this one, all these will be shown on this same old spruce, dried spruce actually. Just we gonna see only the performance of those grinds. So we got the standard saber grind, only just for you to see the effort, the angle. So that was the standard, let's say, saber grind. Then we go for a high saber grind, but this piece of wood, by the way, this dried spruce, was the harder for saw. I got my silky saw, so I saw this piece of wood for another test, but I sawed this one too, as you might see, and this one was even harder to saw than this one. So this is kind of hard wood. The spruce is tricky wood. When it's fresh, it's soft, but when it dries, so you might see how this one works. This one should be the most of slicing. Now we go to the almost full flat. See how I have to change the angle from that relatively, I would say, more towards or the same or close angle to the where I'm slicing. I have to twist a little bit more because the angle starts to be a bit tricky. Otherwise, if I turn a little bit this way, so I won't cut anything. Tamashi is definitely not a bushcrafty knife, absolutely. and now full flat. Just for you to see the different grinds on very close thickness knives, very close blade length and everything these. So that was just the intro for now B35, but compared with the Bark River Miniarora. Let's go for it. So how you're gonna see this piece of wood where I will go to do, where I will do all these things. So first, batoning. Why to baton with even such small knives like these? For me, it's reason only. Okay, when I wanna, if I'm gonna baton cross, then because I wanna do some, you know, notching and these things. But when I do, let's say, standard batoning, of course, it's only because I want to get the dry wood from outside, sorry, from inside of the wood. Then is usually on the outside, but also I want to have, let's say, I like to prepare a fire, and I've seen areas where it was really hard to find something, you know, something thicker than this one, what was really in some kind of burnt condition. All of that was just, you know, crappy wood like this one, let's say. But maybe you found these, some kind of these pieces. So let's say, okay, I want to have 4 of these to build, you know, to get more, let's say, pieces of wood which keeps my fire for longer time before I put really, you know, bigger pieces on it. So that's why that's why I'd like to baton in even with these small knives. So to get the dry center and to get big pieces, let's say 4 pieces out of these wood for the fire. So as I said, maybe because it was so hot, maybe some storm is coming again. So forget about noise. Let's go. 2 things. Actually, 1 thing about 2 knives. With the Miniarora, what I said in my room, I'm a little bit worried to baton with this some small, light, tiny knife. So I got something like this one. It's definitely about inch. I won't probably have any problems to baton, to try to baton with this. I'm not sure if I even baton with this knife anyway, so this one. But from some reason I feel comfortable to baton with this knife, with the B35. This is like this one. We'll see. And then I'll prepare these spruce where I use this crack, of course, to get better, because spruce is really terrible wood. You can break your edge, damage. So Miniarora, and the pieces of wood which should be, in my eyes, alright for this batoning. No any problems, of course. So I might want to get these, as I said, to sustain or to feed my fire with something bigger, because other things around me will be some crap. Now something more. Weather is changing, so I hope the knife is gonna survive this. Otherwise it will be shame. Yes. Maybe let's be careful. Yeah, the Miniarora might do it, but I really feel uncomfortable to do it. It's just I'm a little bit worried, maybe because just just the feeling, I don't know. But as you can see, you can do it. Looking around myself, if some tree fall down, which one will be? But I can't see any dry dangerous tree around me if something gonna happen. So okay, let's go for this one. As I said, I will use this crack for slicing. Why? Because usually the spruce, this dried spruce, we might use for our fire starting if we want to use it. Walk that way. Okay. Found feathers on spruce wood. Not bad. From full flat, I expect something more. This is the spruce wood. I will check if about this wood will be any better. Well, to be honest, on this wood, which is, I don't know what's the wood. The wood is old one, but it works even better. I feel no that resistance like from the spruce wood. So on that one it was much better and much easier when you slice. Let's check out the Miniarora on the same task. Take this one off. On the first touch, I would say, I want to say immediately this one feels better. But now I'm in the same position. The knife bites in more than I want, so I a little bit fight with that. Better. This one is better. Better for the slicing. I believe it's because the general grinding on it, I would say the immediate like bonus from that. Then there is the convex grinding from the let's say the first bevel from here, which is not, of course, on this knife, and this one has the 0.6 of millimeter of the secondary bevel. As I said, this one was 0.8, 0.7, and that's the difference. What I spoke about it in my room. That's the difference here. Okay, and what about this? So this one should be even better. To be honest, not really. I don't know where is this thing. Okay, I'll try it on the other side. This one wasn't really. Yeah, this one wants to slice in more. Really, it wants. So, which with the Lionsteel, it was easy, more easy. This one is like aggressive. This one wants to bite in. And then B35 was a little bit on surface. I don't know. How is that possible? Yeah. That's interesting. So on the spruce, this one was more easy for me, but on this one it was harder. And with the Lionsteel B35, it was vice versa. Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Now, some green stuff. Just if I want to baton through this, that's absolutely no problem with this. I didn't expect it, I just would try. Only this one is higher, so it's a bit better for that, because you got still some meat to baton even when the knife is in. It completes, you still got some 0.23 of an inch. Still, you won't see that, but from this side, no, you won't see that. But anyway, from that small piece of the steel where I still can baton, and I don't have what to baton because I'm already through. So the higher blade for me is better, but it's just a small thing. Now, if I wanna do, guys, you won't see me too, but if I wanna slice only, so the BR Miniarora, wow, that was very fast. The Miniarora bites a little bit more, and I believe I feel that it's a little bit about the small convex here. So this one needs a long way to slice through. Even you might see this one, the end, which is not okay. It is there, but what about this one? It's absolutely fine. I won't do any light chopping, because these knives are really light, so they are not made for it. Okay, notching. Okay. I said I won't do any light chopping. I didn't expect to do this one. There is a little hook here which helps to add my middle finger and use these slightly chopping movements, but definitely the knife isn't built to do that. But as you might see, it works in some way. Sorry about this one now. With the Lionsteel B35, and we got some piece of wood. Okay, let's put it here. Not this one. Did some V-notch to get some space, and now maybe I'm gonna baton through. Yes, you might see that. Oh, it's there. No any problems. Sharp as hell. So, notches, especially on this kind of hard wood, won't be because it's full flat, so it digs really deep, and because it's full flat, okay, it was a little bit hard to get it out. Now this is really tough piece of wood, guys, because it's fresh. That was the Lionsteel. Now we do the same with the Miniarora. It was there too. A bit more than I expected, because these edges generally are very thin anyway, so I have to be careful to not damage any of that. I didn't went up deep as I expected. Okay. What I might do with this B35, because I've got a relatively flat bottom of the handle and more, seems to me, sturdy tip, I might go this way. Yeah, it cracks already, but I'm not in that deep as I want to. So I'm there. So it's off now. So what I get the result, where is the Miniarora here? As the result, I get this one. There is a knot here. So we are talking about the tip, how precise the tip is, or how deep I can use it for these kind of works. Yeah, it slices well, guys. I don't have it chopped from this angle. So nice and easy. See there. With the Miniarora, I can do it too, of course, but the point is, the tip feels too fragile to do these things. So when I go in and then I twist, I'm pretty much sure I'm gonna break the very tip of it because it's very, very fine. So I won't do it. But if I wanna make this, I can do it somehow. But two differences are the tip, of course. So I have to be more careful when I do some kind of, let's say, prying in these motions, a little bit drilling, and of course, where is that? Let's say this one. Can you see this? Anyway, this is wooden handle. So anyway, I don't want to baton for the wooden handle, but because this design of, let's say, of the kitchen knife, because most or many kitchen knives got this design, which is very good when you hold the knife in this way, of course. But when you want to baton here, it's not that practical. Definitely no, if you want to baton from the side, so you have to be careful here. I have absolutely no any problems because I got an extended tongue, which is safe to use for this way. And anyway, this is much more flatter. Even there is an angle. It's very, very secure. When I hit that I feel that it is there. It won't go. It won't slide off. That's what I'm glad for. So that was these things. Okay, what's next? What's next I want to do? Oh, okay. Now, the problematic part in my eyes for this, for the bark river, sorry, for the Lionsteel, debarking. Oh, so I may use it to debark somehow. By the way, I found at home that it actually throws sparks out of the spine, and I believe it is because of that the full flat. So there is some kind of sharp angle on here, but even the spine is crowned. So it might work in this way on some softer wood to debark. not as good as here. Yeah, I might do it, but it's not as pleasant as I expected with the 90 degrees spine. Okay, that's different story from the very start. And here without any problems. This is 40 great. So when I got the dried wood, let's say, and I want to scrape wood for my fire, I want to have the small tiny pieces for my ferro rods, because I know it's better than the feathers. The feathers for me are like the second layer. After that I can use the feathers, because I got already little pieces, tiny pieces of wood which might catch the sparks faster. That could be, let's say, dried faster when let's say I collect them soon and got in my pocket or somewhere in my let's say I got some metal box for it and these things, so I can find some pieces of wood, scrape it there, add there, because it dries fast, simply because it's like dust kind of wood. Okay, so this one, the Miniarora, 90 degrees, so you might see everything what falls out of that is that's what I mean. So this is what I want to collect. Yeah, absolutely great. So I won't expect it from, so I don't expect it from here. Yeah, there are some, but absolutely I feel the roundness somewhere, so it works somewhere, so I must correct myself. At home I thought that it won't work anyway, because on the Lionsteel M5 it won't work. Somebody said, somebody replied me in the comment to Lionsteel M5 that crown spine on Lionsteel can throw sparks. Maybe on this one, yes, I know it, but on the Lionsteel M5 it can't do it. I've tried, but it can't. So here I've got some pieces of that tiny pieces of wood, but it's not really, there is not so many of them, so I have to work much more harder. Definitely when you see the video what I did with the SR1, so where it's really, yeah, nice. you see that, how long these are. You might see these are what I'm talking about. That's the thing. So out of here, this one is the best. Even the Miniarora can do it in some way, some level of this one. Let's say 60-70% to this one 20-30%. So definitely I'd like to have something with sharper spine. Looking if there's no any bear or something like that around me. Actually, we don't have any bears here, but I don't know. So that's these things. Now the ferro rod. Oh, okay. No. Firstly, I want to say, I won't forget for this one. So I said this one, the right angled, the end of the handle could work in that way. But now you see that now it's coming what I said. I can do it, but it won't always slide them. I have to control it. You know, it works. You might see here. Those are. This is fresh wood actually, so that's why it's probably like this one. Yeah, I might do them, but it's not absolutely comfortable. I have to lift my. Rain is here. I have to lift my hand, and you see that that was what I said. But if I stay on that, on the angle, I got them. But always, because there is an angle, so always my hand, this is rounded and this is rounded, that it doesn't work together too much. So I have to be careful when I do this, but when I concentrate, I can do it. Of course, when I set this one somewhere and I do it in this way, but it still won't go off. it's much easy to do it just this one, because there's nothing problematic. I'm still on that surface. I don't have any problems to do it in this way without any problems. So I can do it here. I can do nice pieces, but it costs me energy and attention. It could be dangerous. I got a knife and I'm fresh. I'm not tired now. Sometimes when we are on hikes, so we got, let's say we go about 20 kilometers, which is about, I don't know, 15 miles, 15 miles a day with our backpacks, which are about, you know, okay, somewhere about 35 pounds, I believe so. So sorry, no, the double. 20 kilos is over 40 pounds. So we are somewhere between 35 to 40 pounds of backpack. So if you go in, and of course you are on highland, so you go up and down, you know that. So in the evening you could be very tired after that. So at least I am many times. Then I can't imagine really myself to do really these tiny things. So I'll be happy still to have this sharpened, even when I said this is somehow sharpened more than I expected at home when I did a home review. So I must really correct myself. So now fire still what I said. So the spine, so it might throw some sparks. I won't do it many. It might throw some sparks. As I said, I've tried. This is, yeah, I feel that. This is much better. This is much better. This is, of course, all right. So I don't want to throw more sparks here. It could be dangerous. So that's the point. So this one can make sparks out of this. So this is my correction. But for the woodwork, for the hard scraping, not really. There I'm still on the position. The best way on this knife is doing this one on this way, but it's not the safe and not as effective, let's say, like on the SR1 knife. Okay, my final conclusion on this pretty long video, but I hope it's all right for you. Bark River Miniarora, great knife, great little company. If that will be in the same quality, still very good knife. If that worth the money, no. For me, no. I'll set the camera a little higher. So I said no. Why? It's too expensive. Too expensive knife for these are very close materials. So I got the premium material, Sleipner steel, great micarta handle, great leather sheath, same like this one. Rain is here. Rain is here, guys. So this one is for me much better with the handle, with handling. Even the shape. This side, its width is better than thick base, so it's more thicker, but the width, especially on the finger, as I said in my room, when you squeeze it, you lose control here. Here, I'm a little bit there, not that much, but this angle here helps. So I'm looking for where the fuck it rains. So this is absolutely great knife. So I won't say which one is like better, so don't buy this one, buy this one. But today, as I said in my room today, and this test, let's say, gives me the right, this test that if this knife will exist in the time when I bought this one, and I knew about it, then I'm gonna buy this one, and then I won't probably buy this one, because these are generally the same. This one, by the way, CPM 3V, okay, the advantage is still the spine, 90-degree spine. CPM 3V, okay, but I don't care about that. The convex, a little bit convex from that 0.6 of millimeter helps when you slice, but it looks, and I feel it fragile, so I will really hold myself back to use it harder, not with this. and of course it's really expensive. It's really expensive, and some kind of, let's say, tiny handle, but it could be for somebody it could be like plus. It's very light, you know, you can put it into your pocket, like, I mean, in the whole setup like that, and you don't know about it. This is a little bit heavier, let's say 1 ounce, it's something more, but I feel more comfortable with this. And of course the texture on that and the handling, when this one will be wet, and even if there will be micarta handle as they do, they usually polished everything, so it will be not that good. This one is much better. This one I feel it in hand nicely and secure. So when I use this one I feel more comfortable, more safe. I can use the tip more extensively, I feel that, because it's not that fine like was on that, and even from this angle it's not so tiny, the tip, so I can use it more hardly, I mean, compared to the Miniarora. And as I said, it's much cheaper, so about, let's say, I can buy 3Ds for 2Ds, so this is about 50% of that. Change this one, 90-degree spine here, great knife, really. Then there is nothing, and that's really something what Lionsteel can do. The 90-degree spine will be easy for them. The Kydex, okay, it's an option. For me, I can make it for myself. You can buy it aftermarket. So if you guys in Lionsteel say, we are happy with this because this is really great sheath, so we are happy with this, we don't do any Kydexes, as I remember. I'm not sure if maybe Lionsteel M7, the big one, probably got some Kydex sheath, I'm not sure, but they don't do it on this one. Okay, at least the 90 degrees here, please, and this will be even better, let's say bushcrafty side knife, let's see, I mean, to do, you know, food prep around the camp. Even for one day hiking could be alright for everything. If you got some folding saw, you can use it for that, and you can baton these and then simply break some your other big pieces of wood. It's still very sharp after these. I did, you know, nothing, but it's very sharp on the touch. So love you, Lionsteel, great company, great knives. Have a nice time, have a great time, enjoy the forests, not that weather, and see you next time. Bye.